Alright, what's going on, guys? Back with another video tonight. I'm pretty excited about this one tonight. This is going to be the other edge of the sword. Yesterday, on the last video, we went through 10 not so citrusy summer fragrance, more on the fresh spicy side, green elements, violet leaf, cinnamon, things like that. But tonight, we're going to cover 10 citrus fragrances. Best for summer. A lot of my favorites are on this list. It was kind of difficult to whittle it down to just 10 fragrances, so there's a couple classics on here that I just feel like, not that they're getting dated, but they're at least worth mention. So I got a few honorable mentions we're going to start with. First and foremost, we got to start with the king, Aqua EDP. I mean, #1 selling fragrance of all time. Had a conversation with one of my childhood friends a little while ago. He's still wearing this to this day. I don't wear it so much anymore. Put a little small dent in it. It's more nostalgia's sake. Every once in a while I just throw it on, but classic citrus summer fragrance. I mean, everybody has worn this at some point. It's just staple in the summer. Honorable mention, Aqua EDP. Another honorable mention, speaking of summer staples, something that everybody wears, Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, the original. Now, I've smelled Oh Intense. I find it's a little too salty for my taste. This is still a citrus, fresh, spicy, just smells amazing. This is one of the fragrances that really did it for me to really get me going to where I am today with fragrances. Performance is still decent on both of these, not what they used to be, but still, I mean, you just can't go wrong with something like this. Dolce & Gabbana Light Blue, another honorable mention. Next, now we're going down the cheap lane here. Nautica Voyage, sub $15 range, sub $16, $15. This is a classic. I put a nice little dent in here. This is a strong apple aquatic right off the top. I mean, you can get away with wearing this every day. Fresh out the shower, going to work, hanging out, running errands, just decent projection. You get about 6 hours on your skin with the longevity on this one. This is just fantastic, absolutely. I mean, sprayer's decent for Nautica. I mean, you can't go wrong here. Nautica Voyage. And one last honorable mention. Trust me, this is it. So, Boss Bottled Tonic. Not one you're really going to see a lot of people wearing. This has terrible performance, just going to be completely honest with you, but the smell is just so good on this. As if you watched last video, you know how I feel about the Boss Bottled line. Performance is awful. You're going to get about 3 hours, decent sprayer, but man, it's a fresher take on the original Boss Bottle. You're getting maybe 3 hours on this, but keep it with you, respray. It's not going to come off your skin much. This is a more for you scent, but it's definitely worth owning in my opinion. If you can get it in that $30 range, check this one out. You might actually like it. Boss Bottle Tonic. Now we're getting to the good stuff. So, in my opinion, this is my picks, my favorites. You might not agree with some of them. Some of them are some heavy hitters. Some of them people are going to be shocked are on the list. But hey, it's my list. It is what it is. You can disagree or you can agree. But let's start something off with maybe something not a lot of you are going to wear. But English Laundry, Riviera. As you can see, I've put a nice little dent in it. I do have a backup bottle. These English Laundry fragrances, you can catch them at Marshall's and TJ Maxx for around 15 bucks, which is a steal. Decent atomizer, nothing special, but the smell, citrusy, cedar wood, kind of creamy, a little powdery. This is going to be one that actually gets surprising longevity. I get about 8 hours on my skin with this. About 2 hours, it's really going to push and get a good sillage, good scent bubble walking around work. People smell me, give me compliments. I wear this one quite a bit. If you watched the last video, I'm a heavy sprayer, so something like this will get you noticed. It's pretty strong performance for a summer citrus fragrance. If you can find this at Marshall's and TJ Maxx, definitely pick this one up. This is just a fantastic scent, and not everybody's going to smell like this. It does have similarities to YSL Homme, but I find it's different enough to have its own thing. So, English Laundry, Riviera. Next on the list, classic for summer here in the modern day, and yes, I know it's a small bottle, Versace Man Fresh. This was actually my scent of the day today. Didn't get any compliments or anything like that, but boy, I sure felt like I smelled good anyways. Starfruit, really a strong player in this one. I get about 5 hours, 6 hours, and then, you know, give it a little shot, refresh it. This is definitely one that I find a lot of people wear. I did get a real good deal on this 1 ounce bottle. That's why I get a lot of these smaller bottles. If I can find a steal on it, hey, I don't have to have 100 ml. I'll wear this down and get another one. But Versace Man Fresh. Put that right here. Next, we're going right back to the same house. Versace Pau Rome. Very soapy, very strong neroli. It gives a good soapy quality, very clean, good performance, decent atomizer, decent cap, clicks into place. You can pick this one up. This is another one that a lot of people wear. It gets heavy use. This has been around for many years. It's still a summer staple. I've put a pretty good dent in the bottle. I actually went through, this is a 50 ml bottle. I went through another 50 ml bottle the entire summer last year. I wore the hell out of this. This is one that you're going to smell good. It's got that fresh out the shower quality to it. Decent little scent bubble. It's going to push for about an hour and a half, sit a little bit closer to the skin. Give it another shot, 6 hours, something like that. It'll get you through your day. But Versace Pau Rome, I mean, this is just, got to have it for the summer. It's in everybody's list for a reason. So Versace Pau Rome. Next, this is one that's kind of really been getting a push in the fragrance community the last 2 years or so since it came out. Varvatos, Artisan Pure. This is actually a pretty good performer. You're going to get close to 7 hours with this one. Varvatos, the knock on them, decent sprayer. The knock on them's always been weak performance, but they really stepped it up with this one. It's not real heavy citrus. There's definitely a strong citrus backbone to it, but you're going to get more of a kind of earthy green kind of quality to it. This one's going to be a real clean smell, cool looking bottle. I mean, that wicker just looks pretty cool. Looks good sitting on the shelf, looks good sitting in the bag. It just looks good in my opinion. But you're going to get, like I said, about 7 hours coming off your skin. You're going to get about an hour and a half. It'll push, and it's going to sit kind of close to the skin. This one will get you through most of your workday. No real need to carry this one with you. You give yourself a couple of shots in the morning, and you'll be good to go. Varvatos, Artisan Pure. Next on the list, I actually was just having a conversation about this with my cousin. So, shout out to you. You know who you are. So this is Mont Blanc Legend. And there's actually a second part to this because I do have Mont Blanc Legend Intense. Now this is discontinued. This is a little bit stronger performance. I get about 8-9 hours, 10 hours if I spray my clothes with this one. But this is the new rendition of Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce. If you like that, you'll love this. But I'm mainly talking about Mont Blanc Legend here. I mean, I love the line, metal cap. You can pick it up from it. They have very strong sprayers, as you can see. Very strong sprayers. Pineapple, apple, I'm getting all that right off the opening. You're going to get about 6 hours strong with this one. You're going to get about a 2-hour push. For all you Abercrombie & Fitch Fierce lovers, you definitely want to check out this one. You can have this for around $30 for 100 ml on FragranceNet with the coupon. You can find 1 ounce bottles like this in Marshall's for the same price. So I was lucky enough to get this one on clearance for $12. That's the reason I jumped on the 1 ounce. But definitely keep a lookout for it. If you like something like that, you wore it in high school, this is a good one to get your hands on. Mont Blanc Legend. Next on the list, Salvatore Ferragamo Aqua Essenziale Blue. This is actually kind of in that Bleu de Chanel family, Dior Sauvage, one of those Ambroxan bombs. Smells kind of citrusy. You don't really start to get the Ambroxan until it dries down. This one is one of the more heavy hitters in performance. Heard that clicks into place. You can pick it up. I get every bit of 8 hours on this, and it pushes for a good 2.5 hours off my skin. This is a strong compliment getter. As you can see, I have pretty good dent in the bottle. I wear this one pretty regularly in the summer, spring, fall. It's almost good year round. This is one that can be had at Marshall's, TJ Maxx. You can definitely find it on FragranceNet. I would say if you come across it for $20, $25, if you want something different, if you're not real big into fragrances and you don't have a large collection, this is somewhere good to really start. This will perform well. You can spray it in the morning. You're good for the day. You're going to smell good. People are going to smell you. It's worth a look. Salvatore Ferragamo Aqua EDP Blue. Next on the list, we're going right back to Mont Blanc, Legend Spirit. So this one, very effervescent, very citrusy. Same thing, fantastic sprayer. Pick it up by the cap. I got another great deal on this one. I think I got this one on clearance for about $15, another 1 ounce bottle. I have been wearing it a lot lately. I will be getting 100 ml of this as soon as it runs out. This one you're gonna get in that 5-6 hour range, same as Legend, but this one has a more aquatic hit to it than Legend does, the standard Legend. This one's in the world and realm of Invictus Aqua, but I find it smells different enough from Invictus Aqua to really stand on its own. That's why it's on this list. Just a fantastic summer fragrance. This is one that you will get noticed. My boss actually smelled this on me when we were appraising a car a couple days ago and asked what I was wearing. I mean, you just never know who's going to smell it. I was 4.5, 5 hours into wearing this. I didn't really think I was pushing anymore. And I was standing a couple of feet from him. We were outside. So Mont Blanc Legend Spirit. Definitely check this one out if you come across it. Next on the list, all the hype in the community lately, Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Yes, this one absolutely smells like Dior Homme Cologne, and it does perform a whole lot better. You can pick this one up from the cap. Metal cap, fantastic build quality on these. Atomizer, works great. And it's just ice cold lemonade. It's pretty much what you get from it. You're gonna get about 6 hours. It's gonna push for about an hour and a half. This smell, I still smell it lingering in the air. Ooh, it's fantastic. This is very, very heavy citrus, and considering how heavy the citrus is, I mean, you have grapefruit, you got orange, you got mandarin orange, a little bit of vetiver, and a little bit of black pepper, I believe. This one, it's going to smell different from everything else on this list. This is the heaviest citrus of the group, and surprisingly, it's right in the middle of the road of performance on these. Normally, your heavy citruses like this, you're only going to get a few hours, but something like this, it's hard to find. I was able to get my hands on a bottle. They did restock it on FragranceNet. I got it with the coupon for $33. I jumped on it immediately. Kind of wish I'd have bought 2 bottles, because even at work, I work at Mercedes-Benz, a 2 ounce bottle, which is half of this. This is a 4 ounce bottle. It's going to run you $60. So to get double that for $33, it's a bargain. You see this online, you get your hands on it, you will not regret it. Mercedes-Benz Cologne. Next on the list, as people-pleasing as it gets, Coach for Men. Another one I've put a nice dent in. Atomizer on it, decent, nothing special, but it's very pleasing. You're gonna get a lot of compliments on this one. I would say in the 6 hour range is what I get on my skin. Hour and a half, it's really gonna push, pop off, give you a good scent bubble after that for about the 4 hour mark, and then it's really gonna be a skin scent, really sit closer to the skin for the 5th and 6th hour. But I mean, this is another one. This is a 2 ounce bottle. It's small enough to keep it in my bag, refresh as needed. This one's very popular with women. This falls in that same category as your Bleu de Chanel's, Aqua EDP Blue, Dior Sauvage, because it does have ambroxan in it. You can find this one at Marshall's, TJ Maxx. I found a really good deal, I believe, for around $30 for this 2 ounce. You can find the 100 mLs at Marshall's. I believe they're around $60, so the price is still kind of up there. It's a very popular fragrance. But if you can get your hands on it, I'll tell you what, this is people pleasing. It's very versatile. You can wear this with a suit when it starts to cool down a little bit. You can wear this going out to dinner. You can wear this to work. You can wear it casual. This is probably the most versatile fragrance on this list. So keep an eye out for it, Coach for Men. If you haven't tried it, go to Macy's, smell it. You'll probably love it. Now, here's where it gets interesting. So for my number 1, it's kind of a collection of fragrances because it's really hard to narrow it down between these 3. They're all 3 in the exact same family, but they're all 3 have a slightly different smell to one another. Those of you that are pretty heavy in this fragrance game will understand probably where I'm going with this. I've mentioned the line already. This is my absolute favorite. So it's going to be between Invictus Aqua 2018, the original Invictus, which is my personal favorite, and then English Laundry's rendition of it, Cambridge Night. You can see the dent that's been put in there. This is a slightly more mature, less sweet version of this. They smell very, very similar. And I'll tell you what, the sprayers on these, let me get out the way because it really puts out. If I had to pick one fragrance to wear for the rest of my life, it's this one. This one's a screamer. I get 10 hours easy. True story, about 2 weeks ago, the last time I wore it, because I've learned that I can't really wear this to work. It's a certain day that I can pull this off. I put about 5 sprays on, not real heavy. I was sitting at my desk and a coworker of mine was every bit of 12 to 15 feet away an hour after I sprayed it. And I quote, "Bro, what are you wearing? That smells amazing." 12 to 15 feet away, this is impressive. This thing fills a room. This is a bona fide screamer right here. The performance is amazing. The projection is amazing. The scent is just sweet aquatic, absolutely amazing. Now on the other side of that, this is a fresher take on it, Invictus Aqua. This is a tester bottle, hence the reason that it has the label on the front. This is a bit more aquatic, less sweet. You're not going to get quite as much performance. I still get about 7 hours with this. It doesn't, scream and fill a room like Invictus does, but it still gets a real good scent bubble for about 3 hours. I would say you're getting an arm's length for about the first 2 hours. Third hour, you're a foot or two. It's pushing a foot or two from your skin, and then it creates a nice little scent bubble the rest of the way. I couldn't pick between the three, so I absolutely had to put all 3 of them on here. And then here with Cambridge Night, I mean, this one's getting hard to find. You can find it on eBay. This is another one. These English laundry fragrances, you can find them time to time at Marshalls and TJ Maxx for $15, 100 ml bottle. They are a steal. This is the hardest one to find out there. I freaked out when I actually came across it last year. This one's a little bit more mature, a little bit more wearable than the other two. This Invictus Aqua is more summer. Invictus is more, there's just no other way to put it. It's loud. It's I'm here kind of fragrance. Look at me. This one, you're still going to get, it's going to jump off your skin pretty good for a couple hours. I still get about 8 hours with this one. I get about a 3-hour push with projection for about 6 feet. So it's no slouch, but this one's a little more mature. This one really trickles into fall a lot better than the other two do, especially in a professional environment like I work. This is the most wearable one for work. Absolute favorites of mine, but Cambridge Night from English Laundry, Invictus, Paco Rabanne, and Invictus Aqua, Paco Rabanne. I know it's quite an interesting list, but it's my list, and some are going to appreciate the choices, some are going to be, what are you thinking? But at the end of the day, you got to wear what you like to wear. I love all of these fragrances on this list. That's why it was hard to narrow it down to 10. But wear what you like, Tell me what you prefer. What's your top 3? What's your top 5? What's your top 10? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. These are all just suggestions, but if you're watching for my opinion and my advice, spray some of these now, and I guarantee you'll thank me later.